Good morning, Mom, and good morning, all my classmates. Now, I would like to present to you my presentation based on this book, The Leader in Me, that was written by Stephen R. Covey and his friends, and based on the journal that I made. So, from this evidence, I came to the topic for my PowerPoint presentation, and the topic is supporting role in training self-leadership for students. What is supporting role in exercising self-leadership? The supporting role is understood as a group of people consisting of two or more people who interact and work together in achieving common goals with a bond of guidelines or provisions that are mutually agreed upon, as described in the book The Leaders in Me. This supporting role including teachers, parents, and the community. Student leadership. Basically, leadership comes from the root word lead. From the word lead, several terms were born, including leader, the person who leads; leadership, the nature of the leader; the leader, the group of leaders; guided, the person being led; leadership, the nature of the person being led. Therefore, leadership can be interpreted as a person or group of people who lead. The whole effort to lead a person's ability to lead, the authority of the leader. In addition, according to GM, Pifler argues that leadership is an art of coordinating and giving directions to individuals or groups of individuals to achieve the desired goals. From this book, The Challenges in Training Self-Leadership for Students, I found it on chapter 1 in this book, The Leader in Me. There are 3 challenges that belong in today's reality, namely academic, culture, and life skills. What is new is how the role of educators raises the bar for these 3 challenges, because these three challenges are not new. Chapter 2 from this book, I found that in this chapter, the author starts by recording Marvel Summers' personal data to the 7 habits that he experiences and why. What's interesting about the Morris report is that schools don't behave, but humans do. Morris' passion and energy are combined with that of the staff, where they come together to create a long pattern of success. After attending a seminar, Morris thought about implementing these 7 habits with his teens or with his child as well as other child. Finally, Morel and his team discussed this with several important people. And these are 7 habits of highly effective humans that they were discussions, and it was written in this book, The Leader in Me. The first is to be proactive. The second, start with the end goals. Third, put the main. Fourth, think win-win. Fourth, try to understand first, then to be understood. Sixth, we create synergy. And seventh, we must make the problem solved. And in the second chapter of this book also, I found that there are 2 general ways to become a leader. First, self-leader means that lead our own life. And the second is leader of others. That means we share our knowledge to the others. Chapter 3 from this book. Mrs. Fowler in dealing with her students combined one of the 7 habits that was presented in the previous chapter into the lessons at the leader in my school. One of the findings of Dr. Cohen is that the 7 habits are based on timeless and universal principles. This means that whatever the background, this principle applies to their circumstances. Another thing found was 3. The first of the 7 habits, be proactive, start with the end goal, and put the main thing first to help individuals become more independent, responsible, and control him or herself. Let us see chapter 4 from the book The Leader in Me. Here it shows that the best way is to learn to be a leader by watching all adults demonstrate leadership. When it comes to sharing leadership together, there are 3 ways the leader in me takes. The first way, by giving them leadership responsibilities. The second, by respecting their opinions. And the third is by helping them find their voice. In finding several events and traditions in school that can improve leadership in students, such as parent gatherings, class gatherings, award ceremonies, and sports competitions. There are 3 important environments engaging students in leadership role and optimizing leadership events. Leadership is about effectiveness, doing the right thing, and management is all about efficiency, doing things right. Leadership and management are both important. The important thing that needs to be emphasized is the paradigm of educators regarding their role and their paradigm regarding students. The culture of school deserves proactive attention and is consistently nurtured. Next. Chapter 5 from this book. If school do not have harmony, there will be very severe conflicts and will not get maximum results. Teachers must be able to bring clarity and direction. After that set that important goals by implementing the following 4 steps. First, set wildly important goals. Second, translating goals into meaningful action steps. Third, setting up the scoreboard. Fourth, setting the rhythm of accountability. Chapter 6. This, we find out the keys to solve the problem. First, be proactive means that we have to pause, control our emotions, keep distance, stop to think, remember other people cannot make you angry. And the second, we start with the end goal. Third, we put the main. Fourth, think win-win means we balance courage with tolerance and forgiveness. Fifth, we try to understand first, then to be understood. Sixth, synergize. And the seventh, problem solve, conflict prevention. So these are 7 habits that also was presented in the chapter 2. Next. Chapter 7. There are several foundations that are not tied to individuals but have an agenda to build a community and also join forces to develop the leader in me. So it is not just individuals or foundations sponsoring the Leader in Me program, but the whole community working together. Improvements in student self-confidence and social skills were in line with increased collaboration between staff. In many cases, schools champion their own process and involve the community. In every case of implementing the leader in me, especially in business, the first decision is not made because of money. Next. Chapter 8. In this chapter, we can take the following three approaches to simplify the process. First, we teach the 7 habits. Second, we create a leadership culture. And the third, we set and monitoring goals. Next slide. Chapter 9. Gaining and maintaining commitment is a way to keep the process the leader in me. Thanks to the synergy of highly effective principles, active lighthouse team, fully collaborating staff, engaged community and families and students. Setting goals, directions, and place is the next way to keep this process going. System alignment is a method that can be used after 2 methods above. So, in teaching the 7 habits, creating a leadership culture and achieving school's goals takes time. But the hard work can disappear in just a second if not maintained. Chapter 10. The leader in me is a mindset and a process, not a program. The leader in me uses an integrated ambitious approach. The leader in me helps educators erase some of the things they have now and replace them with something more valuable and relevant. The leader in me helps teachers to reduce their time dealing with culture-related issues. The leader in me increases the effectiveness and efficiency of teachers. Inspiring greatness in every child is the primary goal of helping students to effectively live in their lives, become independent, work well together, and contribute to the community. Its secondary objective is to enable school staff to work more effectively, bring effectiveness and efficiency out of the home, and create a better future generations of work. Living life in a crescendo, as a leader refers to the motto of Dr. Coe, live in crescendo. Always live and work as if his greatest contribution is still ahead. Next slide. After I made this presentation and I read this book and also based on the journal that I made it, I came to this conclusion. In essence, the leader in me is the only one that is very effective and efficient with 7 habits in it. As a supporting role that becomes a good forum for development and formation of the leadership character of each student. However, the author does not deny that there will be so many problems experienced by both students as center and for the environment such as parents, teachers, and the community itself as a support. Through the leader in me, students form and train themselves to be responsible, independent, able to work together, lead human beings who are useful and beneficial for themselves and the environment and nation. This is necessary so that students do not only struggle with theoretical books, but also try to train students to be more practical, not only in leadership character, but also train students to be sensitive to the situation and social conditions around their lives through the seven habits that have been conveyed previously. Thus, each student can feel himself or herself as a person who can be useful for others. Therefore, efforts to build leadership character are carried out through activities designed in the Leader in Me program. This is because the activities held can involve all students, parents, teachers, and the community as supporters. In the success of each activity, as well as being a committee, will shape the leadership character of students. In this case, students are trained to be responsible and independent. In addition, the leadership character of students can be formed due to continuity from the day in attitudes, words, and actions so that they become habits. This character eventually becomes something that sticks to a person. So, that's all my presentation about this book, The Leader in Me, and based on the journal that I made. Thank you for your attention.